Hello and welcome back to Bow Ties and Buns, an outdoor education organization which shows everyone how to live in the outdoors minimalistically. During the first episode we covered what book we're using in these sessions, and it's the Backpacking book by Alan O'Bannon. Really simple drawings, really simple reading, and it's a really cheap book. Buy it because you'll be needing it for these sessions. These sessions will cover Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the lowest portion on that pyramid. And today we'll be going over a few simple things that you can improve on if you're living outdoors or trying to live in the outdoors minimalistically. Some of the skills or items you need to reach for the lowest level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs basically is the bathroom, water, food, shelter, and we're going to get a few of those done today. Alright, so before we head out and do anything else, I'd just like to share a few more notes of information with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The lowest level, which we're focusing on during these sessions, is the physiological needs, and that's all the needs that pertain to you before anything else can be resolved. So those needs contain breathing, food, water, shelter, clothing, sleep. Once those needs get taken care of, you can start handling anything else that may be challenging to you during the day. If you are trying to camp or trying to have an outdoor lifestyle like we are in these sessions, it's smart to bring a hat along because it's much more difficult to make a hat than it is to bring one. And these type of felt hats will last a long time, and I'm gonna just kind of model off mine. And we're gonna take a few seconds and we're gonna actually travel to a river and do a few more shots over there. While building a camp for a minimalistic lifestyle, it's important to live near a body of water so you don't have to walk very far in order to retrieve your water. This water is actually kind of stagnant, so it probably wouldn't be best to drink from, but you can always filter it through boiling, through iodine pills, or through filtration systems. Right now there's a lot of mosquitoes around this water, so it probably wouldn't be best to camp near it, so we're going to head off into inland so we can avoid the mosquitoes. Excuse me as I finish up buttoning my shirt. Trying to avoid mosquito bites. There's a lot of mosquitoes out here since we're really close to the river, and that's why you need to kind of make your camp away from a water source that has a lot of bugs. The bugs are actually attracted to the way you smell, and the longer amount of time you spend in the outdoors, the least you'll smell kind of nice. So the bugs are attracted to something that they're not normally used to smelling, or something that they're not used to being attracted to. So if you smell like dirt, they're not going to come towards you. So one of the other things that we kind of discussed earlier was the use of the bathroom. And I'm actually standing next to a bathroom over here. In a minimalistic lifestyle, you're not really going to get the privilege to use a bathroom facility. So next I'm going to show you how to kind of utilize the space around you as a restroom. Going to the restroom in the outdoors can be embarrassing for anyone, especially with your group of friends. But if you're trying to live by yourself in the outdoors using a minimalistic lifestyle, going to the restroom is really easy. All you need is a stirring stick or something to dig with. You can use leaves, sticks, moss, grass, or rocks to wipe, and you can use a tree as support. To dig a 6-inch hole using your stirring stick or digging utensil, it needs to be in the ground where you plan to use the restroom. After you're done using the restroom, you can use your stirring stick, put a little dirt inside the hole, mix it using the stirring stick, and continue that process until the hole is filled. If there is a plug of grass that was taken out of the ground before you dug the 6-inch hole, make sure that plug is put back into the ground. So now I'm going to demonstrate how this is done, and enjoy. So I'm just going to demonstrate how this process is done. What you need is your stirring stick or digging utensil, and you dig a hole that is 6 inches deep into the ground. Don't be afraid to get dirty. Use your hands. You're not normally going to have a shovel if you're living in the outdoors. So I'm just going to take some really good scoops out of the ground, try and get it 6 inches deep. So that's about 6 inches deep right there. This is the type of hole you would use if going to the restroom. And after you're done going to the restroom, you would mix a little bit of dirt back into the hole and stir it with the stick and continue this process until the hole is filled. Once again, if you're in a patch of grass and you actually take a plug of grass out of the ground, make sure that plug is put back in once the hole is filled. It's easy as that. And next I'm going to demonstrate a few poses that you can do while going to the restroom. A few more tips about going to the restroom in the woods is to always do it at least 200 feet from your water source. And after gathering things you can use as toilet paper, such as rocks, twigs, snow, grass, or moss, don't forget to get your stirring stick or digging utensil. After all this is complete, you can start digging your hole, and after your hole is done, you can start using the restroom. As mentioned earlier, you can use a tree as support. There are several poses that you can do with the tree, but I'll only do one pose of the tree and then another pose after that. Feel free to try other poses yourself. So the first pose is basically a squat against the tree, just like this. So your hole would be directly below you, and after you're done going to the restroom, you do that process I explained earlier. The second pose is the classic squat, basically a squat without the assistance of the tree. And you just go like this, go to the restroom, fill up your hole using the process I mentioned earlier. So next we're going to go off into a different area, kind of explore how to make a camp, where to make a camp, and hopefully we can establishing camp is one of the items that are on the lower portion of meeting Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and it's important to establish your camp at least 200 feet from your water source. Our camp would be established here on this flat area. If I were to start a minimalistic lifestyle, I would have my area of camp flat near trees or branches so I could build a lean-to, so it would be easier for me to obtain the resources instead of me being someplace where I'd have to retrieve the resources and bring them back. Today I've shown you the importance of a water source, learning how to use the restroom correctly, and I explained the Maslow's hierarchy of needs pertaining to living in the outdoors. It is important to meet these needs because it provides basic function in the outdoors and basically any other lifestyle. In the outdoors, you need to be able to meet your food and water needs, where to sleep, your shelter, protecting yourself and your resources, and kind of using your bodily functions correctly, such as using the restroom. So today, in closing, I'd like to thank my cameraman, Ryan, and all the mosquitoes that have chased us down throughout the day. If you were to start a lifestyle in the outdoors today, make sure you bring some resources that can't be really duplicated in the outdoors, such as a hat, sunscreen, bug spray, glasses. I would bring other things such as a knife. Even though you can build your own things in the wilderness, such as spears or really sharp stones to be used in knives or axes, it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of time. We didn't have that much time today together, and I hope the lesson about trying to use the restroom in the outdoors was beneficial, and you will learn something from that aspect. If you're ever in the outdoors without any toilet paper or without a restroom, try and use sticks, stones, moss, grass in a 6-inch hole with a stirring stick, and that is the least amount of resources and the easiest way to do that. I hope you learned something today, and I hope we are meeting the goals and expectations of this lesson. Minimalistic lifestyle is a difficult lifestyle. It takes a lifestyle change. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of time, just like anything else, and I hope you learned something today. Bow Ties and Buns would like to thank your continued support of these sessions. These sessions will continue to explain what it means to live minimalistically outdoors, and I hope you learned something during this session. The next session will kind of explain in detailed information campsites, and I hope you enjoy our bloopers. Building a camp for a minimalistic lifestyle. Oh, what was that?
Oh, just take it from the top.
All right. While building a camp for a minimalistic. Ugh. I can edit that out actually. Or you use. Dang it. Edit all this out.
Recording now.
Okay. Bow Ties and Buns would like to thank you for joining us on these sessions. There's many more to come. This one covered. Oh. Alright.
Just go again, that didn't last long.
Alright. Restart that, I guess.
Yeah.
Bow Ties and Buns.
The other match gave you a lot more.
It did. Bow Ties and Buns would like to thank you for joining us on these sessions. These sessions will continue to inform what it means to live minimalistically outdoors. What the heck?
Wait, what? Alright.
So, if you're trying to live a minimalist lifestyle in the wild, you're going to want to refrain actually from using too much cologne or perfume, especially kind of like deodorant, that kind of stuff. Anything that has an unfamiliar scent to the wild, or else you'll end up getting lots of bites. And as you can see right here, we've got some of the casualties of making this video. We've got 4 or 5 different bites. I've got really exposed clothing here. You're going to want to cover up all of this skin. Really should not be exposed at all. Back of my neck, just everything. They will tear you to shreds.
Garbage.
So be careful out there.